Hi, I'm Seamus Collins, the founder and CEO of Secure AI. Secure AI is an artificial intelligence assistant that can operate without internet access. Therefore, it can be used to process sensitive and classified data. I'm going to demonstrate how Secure AI could be used to process a FOIA request. I'm going to be working with a sample document from the Navy describing guided missile submarines, SSGNs. This is a public document, however, it contains information that could potentially be considered sensitive or classified. So we'll be using this as a proxy to review FOIA requests against this document, a theoretical FOIA request against this document, and we'll be looking at the 9 exemptions for FOIA. Secure AI operates locally on my computer. As I said, it does not require internet access. So even though it's accessed through a web browser, this browser address is a localhost address. It's running locally on my computer. I'm going to start by ingesting a PDF version of the document that I highlighted. And Secure AI is going to add line numbers to that document so that it can be referenced more easily. So this is a version of the document in plain text with line numbers added. I'm first going to ask it to identify information in the document that may be subject to FOIA exemption number 1, information that's classified. Now, obviously there's no actual classified information in this document, but there is information that is potentially sensitive and perhaps may have been classified at one point in time. So I've asked the AI to specifically highlight sections of the document that might be considered sensitive in relation to Navy classified information, FOIA exemption number 1. It's rendering a version of the document with highlights, and I'm going to show that in the editor here as soon as it finishes the output. Okay, so here is a version of the document with specific sections highlighted that probably should be reviewed by a human for potentially classified information. So capabilities of the SSGN for strike and special operation, capabilities related to stealth, operations with special forces, and then things like the number of Tomahawk missiles that the submarine can carry, how many rounds of missile tubes it has. So all of these pieces of information, again, they're unclassified, but you could see how they may have been classified at one point in time, probably during the development of this missile system. Let's do another turn here and ask it to look for information subject to FOIA exemption number 2. Things that only apply to internal rules and practices of an agency. So here the AI is just repeating the document back to me with specific sections highlighted that might apply to internal rules of an agency. In this case, it would be the Navy. So putting this over into the editor and make it a little bit easier to see, this is a version of the document that has been reviewed for FOIA exemption number 2. And here we're looking at things like, how does the SSGN get refueled? And cost associated with the construction. So you could imagine how these would be related only to internal Navy operations. Here they're talking about the Navy shipyard in Washington that carried out EROs for Ohio and Michigan. So again, the AI has done a reasonable job here of highlighting things that perhaps may be exempted under FOIA exemption 2 and should probably be reviewed by the human operator. The specific interface that we're showing here could be modified in any number of ways to make it easier for a user to operate. This is a very basic interface that we just kind of put together to show capabilities, but this is by no means the only or final interface for this capability. Okay, I hope this is of interest to your agency. Thanks for watching.